Good morning and welcome. Good morning. Our board host, Joanne, Jessen, will be doing your official welcome in just a moment, but this is your pre-welcome welcome. Molweni Ninjani, greetings from Cape Town, is our title today. So we thought a good place to begin would be to greet each other in Xhosa, the language spoken by people who live in and around the city of Cape Town. So let's see, is there a slide? Oh, there we go. There's a slide for you. Okay, so we're going to do an exchange of greetings together. So I'm going to say to you Molweni, which means hello when you're greeting a group of people, an assembly of people. And you will reply to me by saying Molo, which means hello. Okay, so let's try that. Molweni. Molo. That was great. Then in the Xhosa culture, it is almost impolite not to follow that up by asking, how are you doing today? So I'm going to ask you Ninjani, which means how are you all? And you will reply by saying, Siya pila, we are well. Then you will say, and how are you? Wena kunjani. And I will say, Nam dia pila and kosi, I am also doing well, thank you. And this exchange is going to end by you saying shop, or you can also say shop shop and put up your thumbs. Like this means that's great. That's fantastic, I agree. Shop shop, okay? So are you ready? Okay, here we go. Molweni. Ninjani. Nam dia pila and kosi.
Molweni and welcome. I'm Joanne Jessen, and I'm a member of the board at the Unitarian Universalist Church in Reston. Whether you are on Zoom or here in the church sanctuary, we are so glad you are here with us this morning. No matter how old or how young you are, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, however you identify, and whomever you love, know you are welcome here. This is the annual music service led by our wonderful music director, Cynthia Young. I have several announcements to share with you this morning. First, Elaine Schwartz's Celebration of Life will be celebrated in the sanctuary and virtually next Saturday, June 15th at 1 p.m. Please join the family to remember Elaine and celebrate her many contributions to UUCR. Want to be one of UUCR's delegates to the General Assembly of the UU Association? Delegates will use the GA delegate platform for discussion and voting during general sessions of the GA. Register yourself on the GA website. I'm sure that'll be probably on the newsletter. I'm not going to repeat that here. And inform Reverend Aileen by 6/12/24 to be assigned credentials. That's 6/12/24, so that's coming up soon. Please join us for Science Sunday today after the service to learn about microtubules and life at different levels, which will be facilitated by Dr. Evelyn Ralston, retired staff scientist with one of the National Institutes of Health. Science Sunday will begin 15 minutes after the service ends. It will take place here in the sanctuary and streamed live on Zoom in the same Zoom link as the worship service. If you wish to attend on Zoom, simply stay in this Zoom space. Postcarding has started for the coming state and federal elections. Postcards are sent to voters who have infrequently voted in prior elections. Past efforts show an increase in voter turnout. We supply all materials. You write the cards from a script and mail them. contact Rod Paolini at rodpaolini@comcast.net to learn more and to volunteer for this nonpartisan Get Out the Vote action. On Saturday, June 29th at 10 a.m. at 3rd and Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest in Washington, the Poor People's Campaign will be hosting a mass Poor People's and Low-Wage Workers Assembly and March. Several members of our congregation, including Reverend Aileen, will be going. If you are interested in joining, please contact Reverend Aileen or Tim Norton. After the service next Sunday, June 16th, join us for a festive picnic. Please bring side dishes or salads or desserts to share. And finally, the Democracy Action Team at UUCR has been exploring ways to improve voter registration and turnout for the election in November. To that end, we have offered to help the League of Women Voters register new voters at various venues. They work at many venues, including naturalization ceremonies, which require as many as 30 volunteers each day. Each volunteer is required to take a 30-minute training. We can take that training online after July 1. So if you are interested, please contact Ruth Grubb or text at 703-285-5695. Okay? Now let us center ourselves for worship. Please take some deep, quieting breaths with me. Let us enter into our time of worship together as we enjoy this morning's prelude.
Prelude is a song called Ingena Ngonyama. It's a Osa song, and it means welcome lion. And this is a song sung in communities who are welcoming someone very important and honored into their space. Ingena Ngonyama, welcome lion. All praise be to you. And we have our soloist, David Niemi, to thank.
Allah Words are by our own Cynthia Young. As we light this chalice this morning, on this Music Sunday, may we also light up our playful child within, our brave hearts open to new experiences, our musical sensibilities attuned to the rhythms and melodies around us, our curious minds, and our singular voices, each unique, complex, and beautiful. May this light give us the energy we need to share, play, learn, explore, grow, and sing together.
Molweni. Our opening hymn today is number 361, Enter, Rejoice, and Come In. It's in your gray hymnal, and the words are also in your order of service. Please rise in body or spirit and sing with us.
Molweni. Ninjani. Nam Diapila Nkosi. This morning's opening words come from Matthew Johnson, for 5,000 years or more. For 5,000 years or more than 15,000 generations, human beings have been invoking spiritual power. My predecessors and yours have gathered together to make sense of their lives and their place in the cosmos. And they have spoken aloud and invited what they conceived as sacred and powerful to be with them. They called upon the spirits of the air, earth, fire, water. They called upon the bear, the deer. They even asked the raven to protect them. They pleaded for heroes of old to slay the monsters of their fears. They sang songs they learned from their grandparents, and they moved in the appointed ways, or in ways that were new, but felt like the right thing to do. And they imputed power to these spirits and to the memories of those heroes. They called them gods, and they were invoked. Vishnu and Kali, Elohim, Odin, and 100 million others. Every group of people everywhere. They gathered to make sense of their lives and make sense of their place in the cosmos. And they called these spirits to be present to them. And so do we. So do we gather this morning to make sense of ourselves and this universe in which we live as best we are able. And we call ourselves to worship together, and we invoke the power and wonder of life itself, that to which all those spirits of animals and memories of heroes pointed the way. We invoke that power which is, we know, always around, always with us, but which we sometimes forget about. We forget that we are part of the whole of creation. We forget that we are stardust. We forget that we are capable of miracles, first among them that we can love. We forget these things, so we invoke the power of existence so that we can remember. And we lift our eyes and open our ears to the true and beautiful. So for 5,000 years or more, we have done this, and in many tongues, in many ways, we have done this. And so we continue that ancient tradition in our way and in our time. So let us now worship together.
Here at UUCR, we have a beloved tradition of singing a covenant together every Sunday. Love is the spirit of this church. We'll remain seated as we sing our covenant, and if you're here today for the first time, please accept this song as our blessing to you.
When I was in Cape Town a couple of months ago, I got to go and sit in on a choir rehearsal at a church and heard 3 different choirs singing, aging from young teens to adults. Each of these choirs was enormous in size, 60 to 70 people. The music director at that church told me they have choirs there for all ages. They have Sunday school junior choir from age 3 to 12. They have Sunday school senior choir from ages 12 to 15. They have a youth choir, that's ages 16 to 25. Young adult choir is 26 to 35. When you're 36 years old, you finally get to be in the adult choir. Then there's a senior choir for 55 plus. There is also a special choir for leaders of the church called elders. They have their own elders choir. And there is a special choir for parents. If you are a parent, you can be in a parents' choir. Altogether, this church had 7 choirs at least. I asked this director, whose name is Bongani, what percentage of people in this church must sing in a choir, because there's so many choirs. And he looked very confused at my question, and he said, well, 100%. Everyone sings in a choir. So our lovely UUCR Children's Choir has prepared for you this special song, All God's Creatures Got a Place in the Choir. And I would like to thank David Young and Sterling and Leanne for helping.
All God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low, some sing higher, some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or pause or anything they got now. All God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low, some sing higher, some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or pause or anything they got now.
Listen to the top where the little bird sings on the melodies with the high notes ringing and the hood owl cries over everything and the blackbird disagrees.
In the nighttime, singing in the day, where the little duck quacks and he's on his way, and the doctor doesn't have much to say, and the porcupine talks to himself. All God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low, some sing higher, some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or pause or anything they got now.
Listen to the bass, it's the one on the bottom where the bullfrog croaks and the hippopotamus moans and groans with a big to-do. And the old cow just goes moo. It's a simple song that lives everywhere.
By the ox and the fox and the grizzly bear, the goat, the alligator and the hawk above, the side-old weasel and the turtle dove. All God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low, some sing higher, some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or pause or anything
Now is the time in our service when we share our joys and concerns so that no one ever has to hold them alone. If you are joining us remotely this morning, you may wish to light a real or virtual candle wherever you are to mark what is in your heart. As members of the in-person congregation, place stones in the water here in the sanctuary. If those of you at home would like to share what's on your heart today, in the congregational chat on the screen, please write to all attendees, and please remember that what you share is public. Those at home may then read others' joys and concerns shared in the chat and then enter into your own time of reflection and prayer. As we listen to Diane play our meditation music, and I invite those here to come forward and place your stones. Let us be one in prayer and meditation. Spirit of life and love that so faithfully animates our creation, we are grateful for this community that is with us in times of both joy and sorrow. We hold in our hearts this morning all who are facing any hardship or difficulty, those who are grieving or facing illness or disability in themselves, their friends, or their loved ones. In particular, this morning, we hold in our hearts and prayers all those victims of war and violence. For them, we light this candle. Let us take a moment of silence together.
The second Sunday of each month is our dedicated offering to an organization chosen by the Social Justice and Action Committee. All of today's offering, except for pledge payments, which should be clearly marked, will go to Remote Area Medical, or RAM. RAM's goal is to prevent pain and alleviate suffering by delivering free dental, vision, and medical services to underserved and uninsured individuals, including in rural Virginia. Since RAM was founded in 1985, nearly 213,000 volunteers, comprised of professional practitioners as well as general support staff, have treated more than 940,000 individuals with more than $200 million worth of free healthcare services. You may make your donation at the link in the chat and on your order of service, entering your donation into the Charity of the Month donation box in the online form. You can also write a check to UUCR with RAM written in the memo line and put it in the offering basket or mail it to the church. And of course, you may put cash in the offering basket. Thank you for your generous support of this important community resource.
Our offertory song today is a song called Tuma Mina, which is another song in the Xhosa language, and it means, "Send me, O Lord, to the four corners of the earth, to all nations, send me." And our soloist is Nicole.
To
Tumamina, tumamina, we mama, tumamina. Tumamina, we mama, tumamina. Tumamina, tumamina, we mama, tumamina. Tumamina, we mama, tumamina. Tumamina, we mama, tumamina. Tumamina, 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 we mama, tumamina. Tumamina, we mama, tumamina. Tumamina, tumamina, we mama, tumamina. Tumamina, we mama, tumamina. Tumamina, we mama, tumamina. Tumamina, we mama, tumamina.
Molweni. Ninjani. Nam Diapila and Kosi. I have had the amazing good fortune of living in South Africa twice for a total of 6 years. I carry with me profound experiences from those years that have shaped my life in countless ways. So when I heard about an opportunity to go back this spring for an immersive 2-week program led by a wonderful composer and conductor I have worked with before, Bongani Magatiana, I jumped at the chance. I'm so grateful to this church, UUCR, for giving me the time and support to make this trip. The program was more amazing than I dared hope. We learned so much, met incredible people, heard a dazzling and diverse array of fantastic choirs from all around the Cape region. And the trip met one of the main goals I had hoped for, bringing to UUCR a connection through music to another place and culture. Building cultural bridges aligns with our principles of recognizing the inherent worth and dignity of every person. Justice, equity, and compassion in human relations, and creating a community in the world with peace, liberty, and justice for all people. These UU principles are at the heart also of Ubuntu, a South African word I'm sure many of you are familiar with, which refers to honoring the humanity in others. The choral study program I went on involved a group of 25 choir directors from the US, Canada, and the UK. Together, we spent 5 days in a remote monastery learning South African songs, some of which you have been hearing this morning. Then we spent 1 week in Cape Town, visiting choirs all around the region, sharing the songs we had learned, and hearing them sing in a cultural exchange program. What we experienced was what has always drawn me so strongly to South African choral singing. Not just the unique harmonies and the gorgeous sonorities, but also the incredible spirit of Ubuntu. South African choirs sing with deep joy and connection to each other and to the music, which is so profoundly inspiring to experience. Many of the concerts we attended featured several choirs and went on for 3 or 4 hours. But after the event was over, no one was ready to go home. There was always a singing party that went on down the aisles, into the lobby, and usually out the doors and on into the parking lot. We are going to try to create that with you all later on this morning in just a moment. Being in the midst of a throng of singers, rocking out to nothing but each other's voices, hugging, laughing, crying, shouting with people we had only just met, was an immersive and unforgettable chance to feel the spirit of Ubuntu. The humanity in me sees and honors the humanity in you through the universal language of song. I feel like our country needs this so much right now. We don't have to agree on everything to see and honor the humanity in each other. We're now going to watch a couple of videos with clips of performances from a few of the choirs that we had the honor of seeing. I had to pick and choose because we saw many choirs, and so the ones I picked, I hope, will show you the diverse range of styles and ages of the singing that we heard. Each of one of them has a very distinct style. In this first video, you're going to see a youth choir called Injongo Sweet Melodies, and we heard them at a community center in the Khayelitsha township. It was a very modest place, and when we approached, we went inside, they were already singing, but it was dark. The auditorium, the small auditorium was pitch black. And that's because there's load shedding going on there, and sometimes they don't know when the power is going to go out. So someone ran out and to improvise and hook up a light with a little generator, and the only one they had was kind of a strobe light with disco effect. So I wanted to let you know that you will see this kind of red and blue and purple lights flashing, and that's why, and it's a bit dark in the video. But this group is really extraordinary. They sing in this style called the clap and tap, and we're going to learn one of their songs with you. You'll be singing in just a few minutes. We're going to do it together, and there's lots of clapping. There's improvised clapping that happens, and we will hear lots of polyrhythmic clapping, so lots of rhythms going on at the same time while people also improvised singing. There's a short clip from the Langa Methodist Church in the township of Langa. We attended a service there. It was extraordinary how much singing went on throughout the whole entire service, all in 4-part harmony. There would be a little bit of talking, and then suddenly everyone would stand up and start to sing. And it was just extraordinary to witness that. So you'll see a short clip of that, and then a short clip of their adult choir. They are actually quite well known, the Langa Methodist Church Adult Choir. They've traveled to Europe to perform, and there was a small group from within the choir that we got to see that afternoon. Their singing is so beautiful. I put in a little clip of that. Lastly, you will see the Iminweno Youth Choir. They're from the Dunoon Township, and I think their music will speak for itself. Their ensemble is extraordinary. So here's our first video. we have one more video to share with you. In this video, you will see from that rehearsal that I was telling the children about, you will see the youth choir from that church and also the adult choir, just short clips of them singing. I was sitting in the front row, and so you can't really tell how big the groups are from just my little iPhone screen, but they were. If you look carefully at the video, you can see in the back all the boys and men standing in the back, and you get the idea that it goes back for rows and rows and rows. So just take a look and make sure you notice the guys in the back. Then we went to Makaza and heard this amazing choir that sing in the Isikatamiya style, which is the style sung by Lady Smith Black Mambazo, a group I'm sure many of you are familiar with. This group is called the Abanta Kwetu Brothers, and they sound just like Lady Smith Black Mambazo. It's absolutely amazing, and they have all these amazing movements they do with their singing. You will then see this extraordinary vision of a sea of purple hats and dresses. There was a choir we sang with of 450 people that made up a combined elders choir of elders from all around the Cape region of the Old Apostolic Church, and it was just an incredible honor to hear them sing. And we sang Tuma Mina with them, which is the song our choir just sang for you as the offertory. So you will get to see that happening. That was a combined piece we did with them. The final thing you'll see is a very short clip from Goodwood Prison. It was a prison warden's choir, and we were surprised to show up there and find these beautiful prison wardens dressed in lovely pink gowns, and it wasn't what I was expecting a prison warden's choir to look like for some reason, but it was extraordinary. Also another beautiful concert, and I picked that clip because it shows you Bongani Magatiana, who was our conductor, and you can see him kind of in action and singing there at the very end. Thank you so much for going on this journey with me, and I really wanted to share that with you. It means a lot to me that you gave me this time to do that. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you caught a little bit of the spirit, because now it's your turn. Okay, so the choir can come up. This song, Tongolam, was taught to us by the director of the very first choir you saw in the first video in Django Sweet Melodies. He was the one standing in the middle doing all the vocal improvs. His name is Isaac Skiti, and he wrote this song. It's actually based on a traditional Osa song, but he arranged it with new music. And he explained to me the song means, guide me, my vision. I cannot see clearly. So you're going to sing the main melody along with the sopranos. And here are your words. So we'll just quickly do the words. We. We doesn't mean anything. It's just like la la kind of a thing. So we tongolami. We tongolami. That means we my vision. Tongolami is my vision. And the next thing you sing is gilam lele. That means guide me. Gilam lele. Gilam lele. So let's say it all together. We tongolami. Gilam lele. That's excellent. Okay, so it goes like this. Sopranos will help me out here, and your part goes. We tongolami, that's the whole song. You just keep repeating that over and over again. Okay, are you ready to try with us?
Wena tongolami, we tongolami, gilamele, gilamele, wena tongolami, we tongolami, gilamele.
Our benediction this morning is from Teresa Youngblood, Arms Outstretched, singing. May you be invited to the party. May you be asked to dance. May you be amazed to learn that your own precious heart already knows and leaps to the song. And in this moment, whirling in the expansive affirmation of all creation, an embodiment of the divine's boundless love, may you turn and face the door, arms outstretched, to sing in wide welcome the ever-changing song of togetherness to those who have yet to discover that they too belong here.
We now extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Okay, our postlude is going to be the song you just learned, Tongolam. So that's the good news. And we're going to do it again, and this time we're going to process out. So when the choir starts to go down the aisle, feel free to just join in the line and join us in the party, and we're going to sing and dance our way out back to the lobby out here. Are you up for it? Okay. Okay, and before we do that, we're going to say our farewell greetings. So I'm going to say to you, go well, hamba kakushle, and you reply,
Wena tongolami we tongolami ilang lele ilang lele Wena tongolami we tongolami ilang lele Tongolami,